Explore the disturbing tales of 4 brutal killers who showed no remorse in court. These individuals committed heinous crimes without regret and left a trail of destruction in their wake. Discover the reasons behind their lack of remorse and delve into the evidence of their brutal acts. This is Randall Moore. He faces 3 life sentences for crimes committed against his ex-wife, Teresa Ann Lynch. Lynch had filed a protective order against her husband. This led to more kidnappings and murders of his estranged wife. Officer Todd Rowland was shot and wounded after responding to the cries from the apartment. Moore received a phone call from a 911 dispatcher shortly after. Pay attention as he explains his motivations.
I didn't want to do any of this.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, all I wanted was my son. I just wanted to see my 7-month-old baby. That's all I cared about.
Moore underwent hand surgery not long after surrendering, and for Officer Rowland, Moore gives only a slight nod as the verdict is read aloud. Lynch's mother delivers a victim impact statement at Moore's sentencing.
What you did to my daughter, Teresa Ann Marie Lynch, was evil, hateful, and despicable. You are now dead and rotting and repulsive to me.
Read the journal she wrote. She hated you.
Thank you, Judge.
She hated you.
Thank you.
You're a loser.
Moore refused to apologize for his actions, claiming that he felt no remorse for what had occurred.
I'll tell you point blank, I have not 1 ounce of remorse for Teresa Ann's death. It could have all been prevented. All you had to do is let me see my kid. Now you're never going to see her again.
However, now the judges arrived.
If anybody didn't know what a piece of work you were before you start talking, they know it now. The court doesn't allow me to punish you any more than I'm doing now. If I could, I would.
Moore received 3 life sentences plus 25 years for attempted murder. This is Ronnie O'Neal. In Riverview, Florida, he is suspected of 2 murders.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
O'Neal was 29 years old when he shot and killed his former girlfriend, Kenyatta Barron. Following that, he murdered their own 9-year-old daughter by repeatedly striking her with a hatchet. O'Neal also stabbed their 8-year-old son before dumping gasoline all over the house and torching it. O'Neal was apprehended while fleeing the burning house. Their son was able to flee, but he was critically injured and burned. The girlfriend made the first 911 call about the incident, and she was heard screaming before abruptly hanging up. O'Neal returned the call 8 minutes later.
911, what is your emergency?
Hey, I just been attacked by some white demons inside Kiki. Kiki, her name is Kiki, and she tried to kill me.
What's she at?
Huh?
O'Neal was psychologically cleared to represent himself in court following his arrest. He cross-examined his now 11-year-old son, whom he stabbed during the trial, where the son explained everything that had occurred.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Did I hurt you that night of this incident?
Yes,
I did. And how did I hurt you?
you stabbed me.
In addition, O'Neal accused the prosecution of fabricating evidence.
Because he's playing a fraudulent damn recording of me beating Kenyatta Barron. I did kill Kenyatta Barron.
Following O'Neal's conviction, the judge stated that this was the worst case she had ever seen.
This is the worst case ever in my life, and I have seen some horrors.
He also stated that he was not sorry for his actions.
I'm not sorry for something I didn't do, and I am not sorry for the things I did do.
O'Neal received 3 life sentences plus 90 years in prison without the possibility of parole, and was adopted by the detective who cared for O'Neal's son the night of the murders. This is Michael Swanson, who was 17 when he went on an hour-long killing spree at 2 Iowa gas stations.
Where did you shoot?
On the body?
Yeah.
And in the face?
In the face? Okay. Why the face?
I thought I was just gonna shoot to injure her. Why would I shoot her at all?
Swanson entered a gas station in Belgrano, Iowa, wearing a ski mask and armed with a handgun, demanding cash and cigarettes from Vicky Bowman Hall, age 47. Swanson shot and killed her despite following the request without hesitation. Swanson committed the same act at another gas station an hour later in Humboldt, Iowa, killing Sheila Myers. Swanson was apprehended 60 miles away from the shooting after authorities identified his vehicle, and the fact that both victims followed his request but were killed anyway suggested that murder was Swanson's primary goal.
How did it feel when you pulled the trigger? I mean, some people say that, it feels powerful or that it's kind of a rush, or what did you feel when you pulled the trigger?
I felt powerful.
Swanson was charged with first-degree murder on 2 counts and burglary on 2 counts. Swanson responded to all allegations about his motivations.
I then intentionally, deliberately, and with premeditation shot the clerk, causing her to die. I did this with a specific intent to kill her.
He is now emotionless as one of the victim's daughters delivers a victim impact statement.
How could you do what you did to my mom and my family? I want to know if you're even sorry. Are you sorry for what you did? My mom was not only completely 100% innocent, but she was also a defenseless woman when you came in with that gun. You said you did it for cigarettes and money and so no one could identify you, but I think that's a lie. You did it, as you later said on, that it was so you could feel powerful.
Swanson laughed and smiled as he was sentenced.
Cold-blooded murder. Cold-blooded murder, young man. You are dangerous. You are unpredictable. Prison for the rest of your life.
Swanson was sentenced to 2 life terms. He slit another inmate's throat 4 years into his sentence. This is Keith Ferguson from Kalkaska, Michigan. He was scheduled to appear in court on 12 felony counts, including kidnapping and murder. Ferguson, age 40, was in the midst of a divorce battle with his wife, Tiffany Ferguson. When he started suddenly beating her and then fatally shooting her in front of their 4 children, he hauled the kids over to Tiffany's parents' house and fatally shot his father-in-law. After fleeing the scene, Ferguson stormed a nearby house, kidnapping the owner and barricading himself inside. Ferguson was apprehended after a 7-hour standoff.
He has already murdered and murdered multiple people and fled and has taken hostages.
Everyone was perplexed by Ferguson's demeanor and remorse during his court appearance.
Mr. Ferguson, can I get you to stand up there at the podium, please? All right, I need to have you raise your right hand for me. Okay, all right.
Just put me back in my cell.
Okay, stop.
Tiffany's best friend gave a victim impact statement at Keith's sentencing, saying she always suspected Keith would hurt his wife.
I knew one day you would kill her. She would always reply, "He loves his kids too much. He won't kill me. He loved them so much, he murdered their mother and grandfather."
Ferguson stated that he never wanted to see or speak to his children again. As a response, the judge stated,
"May not meet the clinical definition of insanity, but there's clearly something fundamentally wrong with you."
Ferguson was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
See y'all in hell.
Thank you for watching our video on 4 brutal killers who showed no remorse in court. We hope you found this examination of these disturbing stories informative and thought-provoking. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more gripping content, and stay tuned for more in-depth explorations of true crime stories.